Greetings of peace to everyone. It is indeed a great pleasure to give the message for 2022. As we have seen in the year 2021, many things have happened and there was a lot of changes where the human beings interaction, animal interaction with nature and family lifestyles, economical situations, political situations, and also we see a lot of policy changes to bring about a change in people's lives, particularly the health sectors, the education sectors, the industrial sectors, and in worldwide there is a big change in also leisures, travel. As you can see, we live in a world of speed. We want to do everything fast. So the year 2021 has seen this. The speed has now brought about a different change in the mindset of the human being. As you can see, we are faced with so many challenges and people have invoked many of their weaknesses. In the name of peace of mind, they have actually invoked many of their weaknesses. It is a sign that we are so much dependent on gadgets, on technological supports. And year 2021, we have seen from media, we have seen from interactions of people's experience that it is a learning, because human beings keep learning. And so are many things which happen in this world. There is a lot of learning. It's a lifelong learning. And I see it in 2021. It's a period of reflecting on the self. How are we able to adapt to bring about change within the self and accommodating many things. So in the point of transformation, we need to see in many things how we can bring benefit for the family, for the country, for nature, and also for the people in this world who are highly distressed. Many have lost their jobs, many have lost hope, many have lost feelings of being, even to be a human being. There is a lot of invocation within the self, the weaknesses. They brought a lot of anger, it brought a lot of insecurity. It has also brought a lot about health degradation. It's also connected with the way we start thinking. So the mental health has affected the physical health, and human beings have realized that they are not really healthy. They need a lot of support, and in this support is what we are projecting in the year 2022, is to use everything in an economical way. Our support of the body, mind and wealth has to be very economical for year 2022. What I see is that we have understood many things we don't need to do. We have seen many people in this world, their health has deteriorated, and for some people the health has gained strength because of some changes which they've made in their lifestyles. So there is a new kind of reflection. For the year 2022, many are looking at the health of the body, the health of the mental, the social health, and also the spiritual health. These four different types of health, they are start looking at it now. What I see in the year 2022, these four aspects of health will be given priority, particularly the spiritual health. Now, as you can see, humanity has gone into a situation of a big transition from the kind of support they have taken from technological changes. As you can see, many meetings, even in schools and workplaces, they go online, and there is a reduction in physical activities. So they are emphasizing more on physical health so that they can stay healthy and be happy in their family life. And as you can see, in social life they are not able to move around so much, so there is an imbalance. So it's a new learning for 2022. They have to really readjust to many things. So being economical means it has to start from the way we start thinking. We used to think a lot. Now we are going to think what is necessary. So there is a creativity in thoughts. So that is the foundation, for all our activities, the kind of words we speak. The foundation is the thoughts, the kind of thinking process. What we need to think, what we want to not think, because we want to be very economical in our thinking. The less thoughts, the better. But when we are faced with so many kind of challenges, when someone loses job or they have not much money for their lifestyle, so they have to bring about a change. So when they start thinking, just like when we hear this word, survival of the fittest. If a person who wants to survive, he has to be very fit. So the concept of survival of the fittest comes from the way they start thinking. So in year 2022, what I foresee is many will have to now look at the self as a very effective person in life. So the foundation for that is this, is the kind of thoughts you create, the effectiveness of the thoughts you create for benefiting your life and also the lives of others. So there is an inner voice which calls for this change of way of thinking, and I am sure many will also start asking for this kind of support to enhance spirituality in their way of thinking, which means spiritual thoughts comes from the way they want to see it as their inner quality. Because human beings have this, they are not going to depend so much on technological supports. Of course, they will need to use those things, but there is a big change which is happening, to rely on gadgets, and now they're going to use that for a purpose. If we are going to become slave of that gadgets, then it's going to cause some degradation in their health. Too long sitting, too long support on that electronic system. It's like a robotic kind of thing. So a balance is required. In 2022, if each individual need to understand what they need in their life, they need to re-energize, also re-engineer the way they are going to think. And there are many foodstuffs which they are not going to get in many countries. As you can see, there are also some changes in their diet, the way they want to choose the diet. So many people have started growing their own. So this is also a good sign, creativity of the mind for coming close to nature, with plants, with fruits, with vegetables. There is a greenery concept coming up, and this is also a good change because of that challenges which is happening in 2021. So 2022, what we see is many people will now look at the resources, the nature as a resource to bring a benefit in their life. So nature and humanity are coming close. There is going to be a nice coexistence. I see this harmony within the mind, the body, and the nature, and I'm sure animals also will take that benefit, because we have seen how we have encroached their habitats, and there's going to be a reaction. But with this people's interaction, they are going to help a lot. As you can see in the climate change, a lot of situations has happened, and they say it's too late, but then that's the best we can do to face that adversities. So that is another thing within year 2022. We have to be ready to face any of these extremities. We want to look at all those things. So the state of the mind has to be such. So people are now requesting how to have a stable mind, how to have a peaceful mind. And we are feeling so down, energetically very down, year 2021, because of the challenge of the pandemic situation, the economic situation, the also the way we want to move around, travel, leisure. So there is a big effect on people's lifestyle. So they may have a lot of savings now, but then they don't feel good. Now they start thinking now. So I think in year 2022, it's going to be a newness in being very economical in everything, but taking the maximum from nature, from the way we interact, and also to keep our mind very stable. Now, spirituality is one of those recommendations in year 2022. I see there's a big demand for creative thinking, creativity to have a good harmonious relationship between human beings, animals, and nature, because they are developing many new things now, which is going to be given as a tool for human beings to use it. Because anytime the mind has been given a challenge, it goes into a change. And we can see the people, particularly young generation, they have become very creative. But of course, we get media news of people getting influenced by such supports. But the human mind has now to be used in such a way that they get the feeling that they can survive in all these challenges, in all these extremities. There's going to be a hope. And this creativity of their thinking can bring about a big change in the lifestyles in year 2022. So the support system, there is an inner energy within each human being, whether they are from variety culture, different countries. It is going to have an impact on their locality. People may or may not move from one place to another, migration, but it has an effect on the way they start thinking and looking at things. So there is a lot of negativity also which can emerge from those experiences which we hear from the media, how people react, mass group going into anger, going into a feeling of nationality, of culture, of competition. It is my country, your land, my land. So these things are going to also create a kind of a tension. So the mind has to be healed. The healing the mind, they need to forgive the self, forgive many, and also to bring about a change within themselves. What I see in year 2022, this is going to be one of those challenges which is going to face humanity, is to bring about a change in the way of thinking, in the adversities which is happening around the world, and also the local people, how they want to see things. Because of not knowing many things, because of ignorance, they react to many things. So there is going to be a kind of education, a spiritual education which is needed to how they need to tolerate many situations, to accept things which are happening as it is, even to see the adversities in nature. It has an effect, our consciousness has an effect on nature. So meditation is one of those things people will be start thinking about. It is not only the exercise for the mind, it is also exercise for the body. There's going to be a mind-body relationship, a feeling of belonging to a harmonious relationship between mind and body. And in workplaces also, they are now emphasizing this creativity. So the year 2022, we will see many of those things which is going to affect young generation, elderly ones, and also in nature. So let us see for the year 2022, the transformation which we can bring by learning from what we have learned in the year 2021, because human beings keep learning. They never stop learning. They keep learning and they share their learnings. Whether they are having any weaknesses, they bring it into strength. And that's how I see it in the year 2022. It's going to be the survival of the fittest, who is ready to face all adversities and challenges. So I hope you have taken these little key points for the year 2022 to bring about a vision of the future for continuous progress. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.